Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Frank is with us and we've got Craig and Stevie here on a day that Scotland has qualified for the World Cup. You were very muted, by the way. The team wanted me to take some videos of you guys in the room watching the game, and I said, I don't think it's going to be worth it because they're pretty chill usually when they're watching. Stevie, you got progressively a little bit more excitable as the game went on.
No, because we knew that in terms of football, Denmark are way better than us, right? And so we could smell we're going to lose. We really could.
The other thing
the fact we didn't, by the way, would dead and buried twice. It's a miracle.
You were more positive in the show. This is what I thought I was going to get from you. And then the show came and I thought, oh, he's a little bit more upbeat now about what they've just done.
No, well, we've calmed down now. Because it was a little bit...
No, the thing...
We went from
Stevie,
zero...
the thing is...
Sorry, Frank.
When we started, before starting the show, I said, how did you feel during the game? And Stevie said, never in doubt.
Yeah. There's a little hint of sarcasm there, Frank.
I honestly think if you brought a video in, a camera in, and I mean this in all sincerity, Scotland were playing in the semi-final of the Rugby World Cup, you'd get him and I off a chair. But it's just different, you know. It's different with the football. We're kind of used to it, you know what I mean? And it's like, I mean, I could have taken it either way. I'm not really. I was pleased for, you know, Steve. I was with Frank the same. I was with Stevie Clark for almost 10 years. So it's hard not to be pleased to see somebody go in there and be criticised as everybody gets, but to ultimately do what he's put in to do. With not the greatest talent pool, let's be honest about it, but they took advantage of it. So yeah, I was pleased for that, and yeah, the Scotland fans are going to get to go and see a World Cup again, which is, you know, been sorely missed for a long time. Because I know how good a time they had in France many years ago. They had a great time down there.
I'm just giggling as you saying, getting out of your chair and talking about the rugby. Remember when Frank gave away the rugby result to you on the show?
Oh, I was raging. Oh.
Do you remember that, Frank?
Oh yeah, oh my God. Oh my God, I think he wanted to finish me. he hated me so much.
That was a classic moment. Okay, first question. Even though Craig isn't playing today and doesn't give a stuff, did he feel a little involved in the Scotland result, if only for how Stevie Clark has brought Scotland back to a point where they're fighting to qualify for major tournaments?
Yeah, not really during the game, but when I saw, you know, Stevie said during the game, towards the end, he said I think he forced a smile, Clarkie. But then you saw the emotion, because he's really not. He is behind the scenes. He's got a dry sense of humour behind the scenes. If you're having a beer and a chat with him, he has got a good sense of humour.
I mean, it looks like somebody stitched his mouth up.
I know.
He's always like that.
I know, Stevie. He's very guarded with the media, right? He's very guarded with it, so he doesn't tend to show that emotion as much. But I think we saw it tonight. Particularly when the Kenny McLean goal went in to make it 4 from the halfway line. That was it. There was just no doubt. And I think then the realisation just hit him, that the enormity of what he's done, which is the first manager to do it since the late Craig Brown, since we qualified in 97-98 for France. So that's a heck of an achievement. We never used to be for Scotland. That's the thing. It never ever was. No. In my day, and in his day, and before that, it was just taken as a given. But those days have sort of gone now. They've been gone for quite some time. So yeah, it's very nice to see.
The other reason we couldn't use a video of you guys is because the language doesn't really work so well. He's not the main culprit.
All right. Sorry.
Okay, for all, you have suffered heartbreaking defeats in the World Cup, which left your country eliminated in the group stage. What is the dressing room like after those losses? Does anyone say a word, or does everyone go their own way as soon as possible?
Silence. Silence.
Yeah, it was pretty much silence for us in St Etienne. Although it was not as the dressing room was even more silent when I got into the dressing room before everybody else. About 23 minutes.
But maybe that record will be broken.
Well, hopefully nobody gets sent off from a Scotland perspective. But yeah, when the boys came in after the game, I mean, I obviously didn't pipe up because, you know, I'd been sent off, and it was silence for the most part. But then there was a couple of fingers get pointed.
See, the thing is, you number one, you don't know what to say. And actually, nobody should say anything. Because there's nothing you can say or do to change it, make it right, make everybody feel better. Everybody's on the floor, so just keep it zipped and everybody will just recover in their own pace. Yeah, nobody should say anything.
But one of the things I remember is you play against the European teams, obviously, and you're more familiar with them. But I think if you go into a game against, for example, one of the big African nations, or, in our case it was Morocco, there's a little bit of an unknown there, and I was actually surprised at the football that Morocco played. They were a pretty good side at the time, don't get me wrong, and I think that's one of the things that got me, because we went into the third game in St Etienne thinking, right, all we need to do is beat Morocco and we're home and hose, we're in the knockout stages, and it was. I'm not saying we were blasé about it, but
you didn't have access to the sides like we'd have now, where we'd be able to see what you're expecting against a Morocco team back in 98,
I'm not suggesting we sit down and watch a video, but you'd be more familiar. If you're playing a Germany or a Spain, like, you know the players, you've seen them, you've played against them, you know what to expect. I think sometimes it's a little different now, because a lot of these players are multinationals, they're playing all over. But back in the day, if you picked up, a really good Nigeria team or Cameroon or something like that, sometimes these guys you were not familiar, and it was the surprise nature, how big and powerful and strong and talented they were. We were a little bit like that with Norway, with Morocco. We did not play well, and they surprised us. They were really good.
Imagine my team. We had to watch black and white telly to watch the opposition.
Different times. Frank, silence the best policy after a crushing loss?
Yeah, I think it's the best. And I remember when we got we've been kicked out by Denmark, the last game of the 2002 World Cup that we played. I was injured, so I was on the bench. I was hoping that the guy would do the job for me to come back, and I knew that was my last game that I was involved, and in fact I put on some tears after the game, and it was very silent. And I remember Michel Platini coming and talking to me, and trying to put it like, there are more important things in the world, so don't worry about that. But yeah, you want to leave the dressing room. Nobody wants to talk. I think it doesn't make any sense to talk. Everybody is happy when you win, and we all lose together. To point somebody, especially straight after the game, doesn't help anything. So it's better to keep it quiet and leave the place.
With Jarell Quansah starting at right back for England, do you think Trent is now regretting his decision to leave Liverpool for Madrid? Is he in danger of missing the World Cup?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he has been injured, so you can't really. But even if you take that away, I'm not so sure that he actually would have been an automatic starter at Real Madrid. In fact, the Carvajal's fit now. So yeah, it's a huge possibility.
I think the problem for him could be, I don't think this will happen, but it might, is if Carvajal continues to pick up these niggling injuries, which, he's in his 30s now, he's a brilliant player, but he's came back from that cruciate ligament tear and repair. If he picks up niggling injuries on a regular basis, and Alexander-Arnold is fully fit, and Fede Valverde keeps getting shunted to right back, then that's warning signs, you know what I mean? So that's about as low as it's going to get. We'll see if that happens or not, but what you do know is, if his game time is limited, he's going to be absolutely quaking in his boots to see if Thomas Tuchel is going to pick him.
Frank, based on the performances right now, who is your favourite team to win the World Cup next year?
Well, I didn't really follow Argentina, but I think they have to be named as a possible contender and a possible winner for the next World Cup. We don't know how Messi is going to be, in which level he's going to be, so let's see. But if we follow Europe, allow me to name three teams: Spain, France, and Portugal. I really think that Portugal can trouble everybody, and of course, France and Spain have showed so much qualities, and with individuals, but also as a squad. let's see what England can do. But really, right now, for me, the 4 favorites are Argentina, Spain, France, and Portugal. And I can't name, it's too early to name really only one favorite.
You really must tune in. Whenever this happens, you really must tune in for the day that Frank is doing his World Cup bracket for 2026.
God, there'll be somebody in there. There will always be one.
With the draw coming really soon, I think we should start early to
And
get
bear
as
in
much
mind that it's now
mileage as we can out of it.
Is it 48 teams? Is it 48 teams?
48 teams.
Right, so it's a bigger bracket than the last time.
And he's going to be here for the draw.
He's coming for the draw.
Apparently.
So somehow in the last bracket, he managed to shoehorn Denmark and I believe Canada. Into
Right, Canada,
and I'm gonna put Scotland this year.
Frank, I'll give you 1,000 to 1 on any amount of money you want.
Okay.
Any amount.
Frank,
yeah,
I'll give you $1,000.
I'm
I'll
sure.
give you $1,000 if you can find a bracket that you can see how Scotland are going to get all the way to the final.
Let's see. I can work it out.
Frank's bracket, it is. It's a key moment. It should be a key moment in the calendar whenever
done it
it comes
before.
to it.
It's coming for the draw. Coming for the draw, Frankie. When's that? 5th of December.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'm coming for the draw. Yeah, I will be there the 5th. Yeah.
We are ready for you, Frank. We're going to be happy to have you here, and we cannot wait to see your picks. Thanks so much for sending in your questions today. We will be back tomorrow to do it all over again.